it's actually cool to sit back and think about what you enjoy about yourself, what you love about yourself. And it takes you away from being misled into directions that are really not meant to be. It's just that there's a certain way of thinking that is trailed ahead of many, as well as there's a trail left behind that is not exactly a representation of you. And that is the spirit message. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Excuse me, depending on where you are in the world. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. Okay, so it's like this energy where you are most likely to hear, well, not all the time. However, when it comes to projections of other people, it's likely that there are times that you'll hear things about you or even indirectly about you that could throw you off and make you think something that's really not about yourself. And it really brings you back to, what do you believe about you? And making sure that you're conditioning yourself in a way in which you're meant to be, how can I say, a way in which you are meant to be viewed or perceived. But you have more control over how you're perceived than others. Okay. It's really about how you respond to things, how you think towards things. Like, if anyone says anything to you that throws you off in that moment, it's about bringing yourself back to you in that moment. Because a lot of people, it's easy. Okay, let me say this too. It's easier for one to lose control and lash out than to take a moment and think. That moment that is taken can really change the trajectory of the moment and sometimes even of your future. Well, actually, I think it would be all the time, because even 3 minutes later is still the future when you think about it. And so taking that moment, taking that moment, it really can help you to think, because when you sit back and think for a second, you give yourself time to think about what it is that you want to do and say, as opposed to allowing the projection that was just thrown at you to manipulate your response and throw you so much so that you react instead of respond. Because many reactions are not necessarily yours. It's energy that was thrown onto you that it begins to distort your frequency. And then you end up behaving in a way that is not necessarily your natural way. There's more people that are, in times of chaos, there's more people that are on edge. And when there is a great number of individuals who are on edge and not necessarily pleased with their own life, they will like to poke at people's energy because they want to drain you. And don't walk around too happy now. And, I'm saying that figuratively, because if you smile too much and you're too content, even in the midst of the chaos that's going on, even in your personal life or you know, if you want to expand outwardly to like the societal chaos that goes on right now. If you're still able to have your peace, that could, your energy could offend people. And that might sound crazy because you're not doing anything but living. You're just being yourself. But you'll have people that come across you and they can't find that type of peace within themselves. So they'll want to poke at you to try to get you to feel like them. They want to see your misery, so they'll try to draw it out of you. But the thing is that you may not even have anything that you're miserable about because you've worked on yourself and you understand. And having that understanding, it doesn't allow you to lose yourself because you know better and you understand. You understand what everything was about. The more times you see people lash out is because they lack understanding. Sometimes people allow their emotions to get the best of them. It's one thing to stand up and speak up when you really are passionate about something, and you're choosing to do that. That's fine. It is what it is. Because if you feel some type of way and you feel like it's right, and you thought about the fact that, okay, when I say this, I'm saying it because I know it's right, and this is how I feel, and I'm expressing myself. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you lose control and everybody or anybody can say anything to you, and it's always a crazy reaction, that's when it's like your energy is drained that way. And the energy that should be on reserve for you and for you to put towards your destiny, you end up wasting it on a situation that it's not even worth it. Okay, so that is the message. Is a message to remind you to keep your control when it comes to your own perception of yourself, because the more control you keep and the more that you consider the things that you love about yourself, and always have that like in your mind, and consider as well your intentions, it will take you away from being misled in a direction that is just going to throw you off. Okay? This is not a time to be easily thrown off. This is a time to focus. So do that. Don't give the misery company. I just heard. So yes, that is it for this message. If you deem this message as suitable, or you deem this energy as suitable to continue to walk with you on your spiritual journey, drop it down in the comments below. 8888, I declare this is an aspect of my love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel in my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. You can join the membership here on YouTube to gain access to additional content, and I'll see you in the next one.